Hey, what's up, everybody? We are on the United States Mint 2022 product schedule, and in this video, we are going to be focused on the next release in the American Women Quarter Series. That will be the fourth release on August 16th, 2022. That would be the Nina Otero-Warren. The first release would have been the Maya Angelou, followed by the Dr. Sally Ride, followed by the Wilma Mankiller, and now we are on the August 16th, 2022 release of the Nina Otero-Warren. Before we go on with this video, if you do not mind, hit that little thumbs up button on this video. We are going to be talking about household order limits, product limits, what are the mintages, sales figures currently of the other quarters that was released in this series, this San Francisco quarters. We're going to be talking about that in this video. Plus, have you soured on this series? Let us know in the comment section down below. But let's get into the Nina Otero-Warren. Like I said, the United States Mint has recently just added all the product details to their website for this release. Now, I did a video a couple weeks ago about the fact that it looked like the household order limits have been reduced, or actually the United States Mint added a household order limit for the enrollments. Now, if we look at just a general release, we are seeing that there is a household order limit of none. The product limit, on the other hand, to no big surprise, is the same as all the other ones, 7,620 for the product limit. If we go over to the enrollment page for this release, you will see that the PD&S, the household order limit, is 3. On my enrollment is still showing 4. So if you were reduced down to 3 as of this very moment, let us know in the comment section down below. Even if you're still at 4 or maybe even 5, they could always reduce you down to 3 at any time. It does say here that there is actually a household order limit on the enrollments for 3, and I believe this is the first time the United States Mint has actually added that. Previously, when we were reduced down to 5 with the Dr. Sally Ride, we had an email that said that we were going to be reduced down to 5. With the Wilma Mankiller, I don't believe there was any notification. They just reduced you down to 4. But now with the Nina Otero-Warren, they're actually adding a household order limit of 3. So if you were reduced down to 3, let us know in that comment section down below. But looking at this page, at the actual listing for the day that this is going to go on sale on August the 16th, 2022 at noon Eastern Standard Time, this one says household order limit is none. Product limit 7,620, which is what it's been for pretty much all of them, except I don't think there was an actual listed product limit for the Maya Angelou. They started putting the product limit, actually listing it on here. There may have been a product limit, but they started telling you about the product limit starting with the Dr. Sally Ride. So with that being said, we have the product limit of 7,620. Now, if we go over to the actual sales, I have these sorted by the least amount of sales to the most amount of sales, and the least amount of sales, therefore currently the least mintage, the lowest mintage will be the Dr. Sally Ride at 7,557, which would give you a current mintage, if you're looking at just the San Francisco roll, of 302,280, followed by the next lowest sales number for the PD&S. We're just focused in this video on the PD&S, is 7,572, which would give you a total current mintage of the San Francisco roll for the Maya Angelou, which would be 302,880, and then the most amount of sales would be for the Wilma Mankiller at 7,597, which would give you an approximate mintage for that San Francisco roll, 303,880. And the reason why I'm only really talking about that San Francisco roll is because, well, I'm kind of lumping the P and the D rolls in with all the other P and D rolls that circulate in the bank. I'm kind of putting those mintages all together, even though these are technically uncirculated coins. but it's still a Philadelphia and a Denver roll. And so with my question, like I asked at the very beginning of the video, and that is, have you soured on this series? Now, for me, I did not get into this series to flip these coins. I know there's a lot of people who may be watching this video who flip these PD and S sets on eBay and make some pretty good money doing so. I did not get into this to flip. Early on, when these were first released, Maya Angelou was an excellent flip. If you bought these and you flipped these things on eBay, well, you made a pretty decent amount of money. I believe these were going for upwards of $300, maybe a little bit more than $300 per set, PD and S. And with only paying $54, that's a pretty dang good profit if you ask me, in my opinion, selling these for $200, $300, maybe even $400 at the very start. And then Dr. Sally Ride was also a very hot set if you were flipping these on eBay once again. And I believe they're still going for a decent amount of profit if you're still holding on to these. It's a little bit different once we got down to Wilma Mankiller. These ones are not as hot on the secondary market as was Maya Angelou and Dr. Sally Ride. I do believe Maya Angelou and Dr. Sally Ride is still going for a decent profit, just not as hot as it once was when these two were first released. With that being said, have you soured on this series because of the lack of profit, let's say? I mean, I still think that the Wilma Mankiller, based on Gen X Collectibles, he does really good videos on tracking United States Mint secondary market values. I don't really look at that a whole lot, especially with these, because I didn't get into this to flip. Most United States Mint products that I buy, I don't buy to flip them. In fact, I haven't sold anything on eBay in I believe 2 years. So most of the stuff that I buy from the United States Mint is not to flip. Now, I did get into these for the prospects of that San Francisco roll having a low mintage. In the hierarchy of things, when you look at the Philadelphia and the Denver rolls and all the other coins that the United States Mint issues for circulation, even though the San Francisco roll is a NIFC, not intended for circulation, it's a very low mintage when it's compared to other quarters and other circulating coins. Now, when I say low mintage, I do believe, in my opinion, 302,000 for a quarter is a very low mintage. I didn't say unicorn. Now, when I talk about these quarters being a low mintage, some people disagree and say it's not a low mintage, it's not a rarity. Well, in my opinion, it is a rarity when you compare it to other quarters, circulating quarters, but what they are definitely not is they are not a unicorn. There's definitely not just 1, 2, 3 examples. There's over 300,000 examples, but in my opinion, that's still a low mintage for a quarter, but it's definitely not a unicorn. If it's a unicorn you're looking for, then this is probably the wrong thing for you to purchase. Now, real quick, where we're going to look at everything else, we're going to look at the Philadelphia and Denver rolls. Philadelphia and Denver rolls has a product limit of 5,940, which I believe is the same from all the other previous releases. And then the 100 coin bag for Denver, the product limit for that is 1,860. And then the Philadelphia bag, the product limit once again is 1,860. So let me know in the comment section down below, are you still in this series? Are you continuing on with this series? Or have you soured on this series? Have you, even though the United States Mint may not have, as of right now, reduced your household order limit, maybe you voluntarily reduced your household order limit from 4 to 3, maybe to 2, maybe to 1, or maybe you've canceled it altogether. Let us know in that comment section down below. At the end of the day, in 5 years from now or so, who knows what these San Francisco quarters are going to do. Maybe they appreciate in value, maybe they do not. maybe each of these rolls are worth $100, maybe $200, or maybe each quarter is just worth 25 cents. Therefore, you unroll them and go out and spend them. Yeah, there's a premium that we have to pay for these, $54. That's a premium of about $24 for one set. If you're talking about the P, D, and S, $30 at face value, $54 is your cost. That's a premium of $24. Then if you bought 5 of these sets, starting out with the Maya Angelou or the Dr. Sally Ride, then that would be a total premium of $120 for a total of 5 P, D, and S sets. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Give me your thoughts and your opinions. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll talk to everybody on my next video. Thanks a lot, everyone.